We're in the wake of two tragic events that happened this past weekend in the state of Texas. On Saturday, a mass shooting in Allen, near Dallas, left 8 people dead, and the shooter was then shot dead by law enforcement. On Sunday, a car crashed into people outside of a migrant shelter in Brownsville, killing 8 people and leaving 10 more injured. As authorities look into the motives behind both tragedies, it's raising questions about the frequency of mass killings, not only in the U.S. but around the world. It's important to note that neither tragedy has had any motives officially disclosed by authorities yet, but at the same time, early reports have noted that the gunman in Allen appears to have links and sympathies with right-wing and white supremacist beliefs. Additionally, witnesses in the Brownsville incident had said they heard the driver of the vehicle was shouting anti-immigrant messages prior to the crash. Mass shootings are occurring all over the globe, including in the U.S. Just a week before these two tragedies, a black man was killed in New York City after being put in a chokehold while demanding help, potentially due to a mental health breakdown. Texas has had its fair share of mass shootings, and these recent two tragic incidents are just one example of what's been occurring. To really understand this crisis of violence and how to prevent it from happening, it's important to consider the underlying causes. It's likely a complex mix of multiple factors, from exclusion and discrimination to widespread access to weapons, that all contribute to the pattern of violence. We must all come together to build a world without violence and terror, and recognize the causes of these tragedies, no matter how uncomfortable they might be. We also need to fight against injustice and inhumane policies, and work to address any underlying factors that may be contributing to the violence in our society, and ensure that those affected by it get the help they need. It's time to look at the steps we can take to reduce the frequency of mass shootings and other violent crimes. We need to invest in and strengthen preventative initiatives, invest in resources and education to improve safety, and work to ensure that access to firearms is properly policed. We also need to ensure that those affected by violence are given a voice and have access to the help they need to recover. The tragedies in Texas this weekend have once again put a spotlight on the issue of mass killings and political violence. We can no longer afford to ignore it, and it's up to us to take action to create a more peaceful, just and safe world for everyone.